Good morning. Technical issues. Welcome. Third Saturday meditation. It is great to be with you today. See who's joined us today. Welcome, Ireland, France, Spain, Belgium, Iceland, Spain, Canada, Henderson Valley, California, Michigan, U.S., San Diego, U.S. Welcome, everyone. Another one from Slavic countries, Colorado. Welcome, everyone. Spain. Right. Well, a lot of you I've been seeing, you're having some pretty hot summer days these days. Usually we're getting that here in California, but it's been remarkably cool where I am. So the world is shifting around again. Starting to feel like when you used to ride buses in the public transportation and had to stand up, you had to really bend your knees to kind of ride with the current of it all. That's what I feel like today is about these days. You have to learn how to get into the groove and ride with it. Find your rhythm and ride with it. Today I wanted to speak about, when we talk about meditation, we're speaking about techniques, the techniques of meditation, which there are countless. There's so many different forms. It's really wonderful. People can find different ways that work with their particular personalities. And we're also talking, when we say meditation, we're talking about the state of meditation, which is that place we move into where we lose that whole sense of our limited ways of looking at the world, and we enter a much greater space. And everybody will have a different experience. Some it's very calm. Others it's ecstatic. Some it'll feel like you're moving through the universe. Others will feel very steady. So there's not just one experience. So that's one thing we always have to let go of. The longer we stay with any kind of practice, is letting go how everybody else experiences the practice. I'm always very interested in the way we come, the part of us, myself, that say sits down and meditate or decides to chant, to find those inner spaces. And the inner space itself, it's kind of where the two come together. I find that, I know I've said this before, but a lot of the great poets probably communicate this particular place the best as far as finding a few words as a description or as a doorway for us, a gateway for us. Who we are, that LinkedIn today came in, and the part of us that is already whole and complete. And the inner conversation, or as Nemo calls it, the inner marriage, the place where those two meet. I find this a very intriguing contemplation, where they meet, where that sense of individuality and the sense of more entitlement or self-concern lets go, surrenders. Some people experience it as more of a merging, a melting. But all of a sudden we realize, and this, we may not realize it for quite a few minutes, that it's happened. That union has happened. I highly suggest you writing about it, because it'll feel very individual. And I think there's a wealth of information about your own process in that contemplation. Now, when I first started, of course, there were lots of those really high spiritual experiences. You know, you see deities, or you have a sense of yourself in a very high, exalted way. Heart can open, the third chakra can totally relax, so you're not fighting any longer. You know who you are as the universe. They're very can be very strong, I'll just say, places. But then as we progress, as we continue, that can ease up. We may get those every now and then, but it gets to be more space in ourself, feeling more space in being in our own body, feeling comfortable in our own skin. With our own knowing. So we've kind of left that place where you sit and then you have this very exalted feeling. And then after you come back down again, we come to a place where the two are not so far away. So it really affects our nervous system in that way. We start having more of a sense of trust. Within our own experience, which is really what liberation or enlightenment is really all about. It's already here, and we're just liberating parts of ourselves that think otherwise, or more the control, or more the ego's grip. And when I use the word ego, I'm not a ego basher here. The ego serves a lot of purposes. But it's when the ego thinks that it's the only reality, that's when we run into trouble. So sometimes that merging or that melting feeling means that that particular part of us, of our development, where we developed a strong ego, is starting to surrender, let go of its self-importance, which means we're trusting more. We're trusting more of who we are and our relationship to ourself, to community, and to the universe itself. So as we choose to form for our journey inward, meditation, chanting, martial arts, maybe all three of them, they'll all take us to the same place, which is deep within our own nature. So today, as we're relaxing, letting go of that hold, and for any reason that you feel you still need it, it'll be there. So you can just relax today. See if that ego can let go of its grip for an hour, 45 minutes. You can fall deeper into who you are as the universe, who you are as all the divine names, who you are as God, the Buddha, Muhammad, the Creator, Great Spirit, all the names. So the deeper it goes, the deeper we go, we find that we're also letting go of different forms of rigidity and we're becoming more flexible. We're letting go of more rigid forms of identity, more black and white thinking, and we become more fluid. We feel more fluid within ourselves. I always feel intuition is like a guided fluidity. It flows. It's right there. It's there to guide. It's there to converse with you. So the more we relax, surrender, trust, the more that fluid wisdom presents itself. Maybe it presents itself through love, the sensations of love or the opening in the higher octaves of heart. Maybe your mind will become very still, that kind of stillness where you're not moving around, thinking all the time. Maybe you'll know yourself as being. This is the invitation for today's work. So find your place, find your position, make sure you have everything you need for meditation. you're ready, you have some water. You're supporting your body in a way that you're comfortable for the next 40 minutes. I may talk a little through this meditation, so it's not so important that you remember the words. It's important that you let them in. And even if you're having a meditation, an experience where you feel irritated or agitated in some way, know that something's happening. Know that the meditation is happening. It's important that whatever's going on mentally, or if you're fidgeting, or if you have physical pain, that there's more going on than that. Trust in that. So then you won't judge yourself so much. Trust in the process. Trust in yourself. So as we connect with our breath, and we feel how the earth supports us all the time. The earth is always supporting us, which means the first center is functioning, it's supporting us. Bring your awareness to how the earth is always supporting. And to become aware of that support, it allows you to relax. And through that relaxation, perhaps you can feel the pulsation of life in your body. And mystically speaking, you are that pulsation. This is the pulsation of support. You recognize the support. You recognize the pulsation. If you don't feel it, no judgment. Maybe you'll sense it in some way. It'll come through as a color or an image. We all have our own way of receiving. Trust yours. Now bring your awareness to your spine. From the coccyx all the way up to the brainstem. We allow the upward moving current and the downward moving current to easily move through your central channel, the nervous system. In order to do that, you have to let go of any rigidity. And not to lose. As that place, you'll feel it. Or the rhythm of the two currents, one moving up and one moving down, flows through your spine. Relaxes the top of your head, the back of your head. It's open, relaxed. The brow is relaxed. The eyes. Let go of any vigilance. The nose and the whole area of breath opens. Space between the upper lip and the nose opens. Cheekbone relax. Mouth and drop open and let go, which helps the jaws to relax and the chin. Those areas of holding can relax. Throat open. High heart, that deep connection, inner connection, where we feel those higher octaves of love, devotion, knowing can be it can be felt. It can be felt. Sometimes individuals can have experiences of angels, different vibrations, those very high vibrations of color, deep, deep feelings of devotion to the divine, deep feelings of divine, who you are as the divine. Bring yourself down to the heart, more the area that we refer to as the heart. Feel your breath. The rising and falling of your breath. Heart, center of great wisdom, the psychic center, highly intelligent, who we are as humanity. It's the physical pump that brings oxygen and energy into and through our bodies. And it's the heart of the universe. As we're coming back to our breath, if you would like to deepen the experience of your breath, you can breathe in life, life itself, consciousness, saying yes. And then there's the great pause where the mental activity ceases. And then the surrender, the letting go, the breathing out long, safety in letting go. And now the pause, the rest point, an entry point into the indwelling space where the mind relaxes as we make ready for the next inhale. Deep breath in, saying yes, yes to life, life itself. I am life itself. I fill with it. And then the pause, the resting, the space in between. Getting ready for the great exhale. Breathing out long, letting go, trusting. Then the pause. Now do the cycle one more time and then come back to your regular breath as we meditate. Bring your awareness to your breath. Become aware of your breath. Become aware of your physical environment, temperatures, fragrances, sounds. Move your body, open your eyes. Begin to honor and love your own being. Then let that love spread to others. Meditate on seeing God in all of humanity. This will open you to the understanding that we are all manifestations of consciousness itself. Understanding this is real wisdom. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for coming into community. I'm going to leave the chat open. I'll see you on the third Saturday of August. Already August. To be continued. Namaste.